Hi, my name's Kristen, and I chose to do the Top 10 Things project on Angel Island. Most people are familiar with Ellis Island. Angel Island is the West Coast equivalent as far as immigration goes. Initially, all immigrants were welcome to the United States Western Port. They came to take jobs that were less desirable and help stimulate and industrialize the area. So they took railroad, building jobs, or worked in the gold mines. It wasn't until later in 1870 that they had economic problems that they started blaming these problems on the Chinese immigrants, and that's when the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 was passed. And this is how Angel Island came to be. So it was a port created off the coast of San Francisco, basically to screen Chinese immigrants so that they all couldn't come into the country in loads like they had been doing. So once they built the Angel Island facilities, the officers followed a strict protocol to determine if an immigrant was able to come in. They would arrive on the ships, and from there would be separated by race. And in the facility, they would be separated based on gender. So men were separated from women. They would go through a series of interviews and medical exams, and this would often last for weeks to months. This became so brutal a process that many Chinese immigrants tried to develop ways to circumvent the Exclusion Act and would come as paper sons and paper daughters, basically claiming that they had a relative in the US that they were going to live with, and this would allow them to enter the country. To verify that this was true, they would have to go through a series of serious interviews, often grueling, that would keep them in the facility for a long time. This was not nice for the immigrants. It was a terrible place to spend time. They didn't have a lot of room, and so that was very difficult for the amount of time they had to be there. After its closing in 1940, it closed because of a giant fire that proved that it was unsafe. All the immigrants were moved to the port of San Francisco instead of just in the island. And after its closing, it was used as an internment camp for Japanese Americans during the World War II. And now its sole purpose is as a state park in San Francisco, and it is regulated by the Park Service. So that's just a quick tidbit about Angel Island. I hope you enjoyed it.